What up, everyone? Welcome to our YouTube channel once again. Today we're going to talk about the Stranger Haze V2 stem. But first off, let me tell you how you can win some free stuff from our bike shop. All you got to do is subscribe to our YouTube channel, leave done in the comments, and turn on your notification bells, and then like this video so you can help us give awareness. Also too, we're going to tell you where you guys can buy these things, and we're also going to tell you all the specs about these, and then also pull some questions from you guys from our Instagram. So yeah, let's start off with the stem. Stranger used to make a version 1. They're pretty similar. The first one had a little bit different cap, and the logo on the side was a little bit different. So this is the new one. It has the full name, Stranger, on the side, and then it also has a different style cap. I don't know if you can see that very well, but we got a different cap. So let me pull some questions from our Instagram, and let's see what you guys want to know. I'll put in my secret password. So we got a few on here. Let's start with the basic things. We got Gage.Ash wants to know what's the stem's height reach, and is it forged or machined? Let's talk a little bit about height and reach. So basically, the height of a stem is how many millimeters it's actually from the bottom of the stem to the center. So from the bottom of it here to the center of the bar, which is a 7/8 handlebar, is right here, is going to tell you how much rise it has, or the height. So it's either called rise or height. Most people use rise, but pretty common words are height. So this one actually comes in 30 millimeters tall. So this has a 30 millimeter rise to it, so that center of the bar is going to be 30 millimeters to the bottom of the stem. The second thing is, what is the reach? So the other thing you want to know is, reach is basically from the center of the steer tube, which is the fork tube that goes through your frame. So it's the center from here to the center of the 7/8 handlebar right here. So the reach on this one is 50 millimeters. A lot of people used to ride like a 55 or 53. I think more common used to be about 53. Nowadays, a lot more people are going with like a shorter stem. So this one comes in 50 millimeters. So from here to here, it's a 50 millimeter reach. It's pretty common. A lot of brands and a lot of team riders stems are coming in that reach. It seems like something that's more popular. I want to, think of it as probably they want to bring their bars back a little bit closer to them, so it's a little bit easier for nose manos. With the bars sitting far forward, it's going to be a little bit harder to get the reach and make it go forward. So that's probably why they're bringing it back a little bit. A lot of racers tend to run a little bit longer one, 55, 57 millimeter. Kind of gives them more of a chopper swing to the front end. And then the other question that you want to know is are these stems drop forged or are they CNC'd? If you don't know what drop forge or CNC, I'll tell you a little bit about it. CNC usually is aluminum that is poured into a block, or usually cut from a solid block from molten aluminum, and then basically it's a square block, and then they just use a machine and they CNC machine it all out to make it what the object is. The other way is forging it, which that's what these stems are actually. They're forged. So what that is basically a mold, and they pour little bits of aluminum, and most of the time it's a little bit more than the mass, and then the actual hydraulic press squeezes this mold together, and it mashes this mold and makes the mold. That's sometimes a little bit stronger than CNC and vice versa because there's different grades of aluminum and different manufacturers. Most of the brands that we deal with have very high quality, so you know they're going to be a pretty good quality stem. But this one is forged. So let's see if there's any other questions that we can maybe help out. So Brady BMX for Live wants to know, how strong would you say it is in clamping the bars? Like, does it slip, and how well do the stem bolts stay tight? He has another question: is it good stem for big drops or dirt jumping? So let's go back into a little bit things about cost and quality, and you get what you pay for. So, everybody starts off as a basic, rider, and you're kind of learning it, and there's no reason to go to the top tier and buy the race parts or anything like that, unlike your car or anything like that, if you're just driving it around town. Let's say you do, get a sports car or something like that, and you're rallying it around. You may get some better tires, or you might, fix your suspension a little bit, but you really don't touch the motor or anything like that because it's not a legitimate race car. So the same thing kind of goes with the BMX parts. So if you're basically, if you got a stock stem on your bike and you're riding, you're jumping, and you tend to strip out the bolts, or the bars are slipping a lot, you're just trashing the stem, bending it, you're probably overriding it. If you are just trying to save a buck and you're trying to buy the cheapest stem that lasts the longest, you're kind of doing things ass backwards, because that's not really how anything works in real life anyways. So if you're tearing up stuff and you're just trying to save a buck, I would say, try to buy something that's a little bit more expensive. We're not trying to tell you not to buy, inexpensive stuff, but don't be that guy that comes to the shop that buys the cheapest stem but is bending every single stem that he gets, and then still complaining about that stem didn't last and it's a piece of crap and blah blah blah. We want you to realize that you're kind of investing into yourself. So if you're doing big drops and you're doing a lot of crazy stuff, and you're already bending your products, and your bars are moving, and you're just a little rough on it, we would say try to buy the most expensive stuff as you can, American made if possible. But like I said, there's all ranges for different people. These are great quality stuff if you're doing some pretty big drops and stuff like that, but who knows how hard you're landing or anything like that. Another thing too is that you got to make sure that you're clamping these equally on both sides. And another thing is that there's an old saying in the computer game is shit in, shit out. So if you have something shitty and you put it with something that's good, you're only going to have what's as good as the best or the worst product, because that's what's going to fail. So the worst part of your actual part's going to fail. So if you have a good decent stem like this and your bars are moving, and you get this new stem and your bars are still moving, it might be the handlebar that you have. You might not have a full chromoly bar. You might have like a second hand bar or a used bar that you purchased. Just the material, you got to realize that you guys are jumping off of big stuff. You're really beating these things up. So if you want something to last, always buy a brand new. If you're buying something used, expect that you're buying somebody else's used problems. So as far as this stem does hold up. I do see guys riding this stem and doing big drops and doing some pretty gnarly maneuvers, but like anything, any stem will bend or anything like that. So even the high-end stuff, it will eventually bend. So just keep that in mind. It's how long do you want it to last? What's in your budget, and what do you need to just keep you rolling right now? So that's the number one thing. But yeah, this thing definitely drops. It's good for dirt jumping, like you asked. It's got pretty average, geometry on it. If you like the 53, which a lot of dirt jumpers ride, then maybe think about a different stem that has a 53 millimeter reach. But I'm pretty sure 50 mil will be fine. I've seen a bunch of my friends and some of our team riders ride trails, no problem. So it's kind of a custom thing to your own. So yeah, just keep those things in mind because everything plays a factor. Everything matters. So if you're looking for a stem, keep those in mind. Let's see. Let's give you a little bit more details about the stem. So another cool feature that this stem has is that it has a recessed cap. So I don't know if you can see in there, but right here they have a drop, so your actual fork cap will sit under there and be flush with the top of the stem. So that makes it real nice. It looks pretty clean. So I mean that's another cool. Oh, excuse me. That's another cool feature. Inside the actual stem body, let's see if I can show you there. Can't really see, but they got some machining out in the middle to lower the weight a little bit. Be careful with different stems. There's a lot of stems out there. They cut out a lot on the cap, a lot on the stem body. When it does that, or when they do that to that stem, you got to realize that this is a surface that grabs your bar. So if your bars are slipping a lot and stuff like that, or you notice your bars are kind of mushroomed out from clamping the bar down, it might be because there's not enough material grabbing and touching it. So keep that in mind on some of the other stems. You might see them on some stems that we don't carry in our store, and that's the big reason why we don't carry them in our store is basically because they slip and they just overthinking it, trying to lighten it up too much. So we want stuff that's not too light, but it's going to hold up. It's going to be kind of what you get for what you pay for. So yeah, definitely take that a note. Another cool thing is machined out on the front. This one has a semi-gloss black finish. It's anodized, so anodizing actually makes it a little bit stronger than just the regular aluminum. So that adds a little bit better feature. It's kind of a hardening process. So that's pretty cool. It's also got chromoly bolts on it. And these aren't hollow, which is really cool. The hollow ones, they tend to snap. So it does make it lighter, but I don't know about you, but maybe in the back on the pinch bolt, maybe have some hollow bolts, but I mean, those ones are the ones that usually break on me. And these ones on the top, I don't know if I really want hollow bolts on my cap of my stem. I probably want some solid bolts. I mean, that's kind of holding my face from hitting the ground. So having some solid bolts in there is always nice for me. Let me see, I'm trying to think of some other little features or anything like that. Also too, about cranking these downs, I notice a lot of riders, they tend to use an Allen wrench and then they grab a crescent wrench or a socket and they put it on there as a crowbar, and they like to really wrench it down. There's always that one guy that's bigger, tougher than everybody, and he's like talking crap on everything. He's got to wrench it down the strongest, and you can never loosen it up, the bolts up. So yeah, like you really don't need that. The main thing is that you got to tighten them up even, and usually it's just a hand tighten, and if you keep tightening, you got to realize you're going to smash your handlebar. Instead of being round, you're going to smash it flat, and then once these two things bottom out, and you've probably seen it on these types of guys' stems, is that these are bottomed out and your handlebar is here and it's completely smashed and it's just oozing out like Play-Doh. So if your handlebars are doing that, either A, you're tightening down too much, or B, you got a stock bar and it's not a full chromoly bar and it's just, just mashing out of there. So make sure you upgrade your handlebars and upgrade your stem if your bars are moving a lot. And sometimes it takes both, so you can't problem solve with one all the time. It might be two. So yeah, I'm gonna say, if you're looking to buy some of these, if you're looking to buy these things, we have them on our website at www.stackedbmx.com. It has a little bit of specs on there about the stem, the geometry. It has the weight, a little bit explaining of what the stem is and what we say about it. Also too, any of these stems will fit any of the bikes or any of the handlebars or any of the forks that are on our website. So everything on our website is compatible. There are a few things that you may need extra little things, but it's not very much, very easy to fix. So yeah, check out our website, www.stackedbmx.com. Help support us, we'd appreciate it. Also too, to help support us and us to help support you, we are actually giving away a free parts package from a bunch of our brands, from our stores. So when we hit 1K, we're going to give away a parts package to one of you that are watching these videos. So all you got to do is comment done in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe to us and like this video, and then turn on your notification bells so that you can follow us along every day when we drop a new video. So at 1K, we're going to give away that free parts package. And tell your buddies, tell your riding friends, anything like that. Help us get to 5K, because at 5K, we're going to help one of you guys out get riding. So we're going to give away a bike at a $300 valued bike right here on our YouTube channel. So once we hit to 5K, we're going to give that away. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you put done in the comments so that you get noticed, and we'll hook one of you guys up. So yeah, once again, thanks for visiting us today. Thanks for giving us some questions on our Instagram. Make sure you follow us on our Instagram at Stack BMX Shop. And yeah, support us. Hit our website at www.stackbmx.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow.